I just had the worst experience with the nurse, and I don't say this lightly. I respect the nurses so much in everything that they do. In the entire time I've been hospitalized for 11 days, I have had not one tiny little problem with the nurses. My nurse last night treated me like her absolute daughter. She did everything to go and beyond and care for me and take care of me, and they can make all the difference. But they can make all the difference for the worst too. And she has had an attitude from the second that she walked in here, and she saw that I have been live streaming, and I know that she's being judgmental, and her attitude towards me from the beginning was messed up. It was bad vibes. I didn't like her, and I don't say that lightly. You guys know I don't say that. I don't not like anybody. And I had to pee so bad. And it was so humiliating because I kept calling and I kept asking for help and she didn't come. And it was to the point I was going to pee myself literally right there. And I was humiliated. And I took my pulse ox and I went like that because it detaches. And I ripped it off because it was holding me, tying me to the bed, and I couldn't get to the bathroom. This is when the said nurse decides to come and walk in, and she just from the get-go starts yelling at me and says, "What is wrong with you? What are you doing? You're just gonna keep ripping lines out like that. Like, why would you do something like that? Like, you have a PICC line and you're ripping lines out." And I was like as calm as I could be, and I was like, I can't have this argument right now. I really have to pee badly. Like, I cannot hold it. I need to freaking pee. So can you please just help me and not argue with me? And she continued to argue with me and stand there and just stare at me. So I left the pulse ox thing on my bed and I started moving towards the bathroom. Then she calls in a second nurse. And the nurse looks at both of us, and the first thing that comes out of her mouth is the patient is ripping lines front and center all over her and ripping lines off of her body. Like, no, I wasn't. And I told him that she has had an attitude since she started and that it has been really mean for a while. And I was crying because of the way that she was treating me. And she goes, "Oh, you're so sensitive. You were crying earlier anyway." And then the nurse that was in here, who was the charge nurse, was like, "Oh, like, no, like, you do not talk to patients like that is not kind. Like, no matter what, I am the one running on no sleep. I'm the one in extreme pain. This is not my vocation. And I was doing the best that I can in this situation. A nurse should not stoop to the level of a patient at their absolute worst. And the only thing that I did was take my pulse off so that I could pee, and then I defended myself, and the charge nurse heard her just